Here we go. Bahrain Grand Prix, the Sakir circuit, used since 2004 in the desert. Millions and millions and millions of pounds are spent on this. I think it was £50 million, if I remember correctly, was spent on this racetrack. Literally, this was a desert 15, 20 years ago. And they built this circuit from nothing. Now it's one of the most state-of-the-art circuits in the world. And, Williams nearly hit the back of a Racing Point there at the start, and the Williams is actually steaming through the field there. That is a real joker. Deciding he's not going to stay in ninth position. He's going to come through the field and run second. Well, so,
he's 100% thought he was practicing his dive bomb for lap 1, turn 1. Jack's been disqualified. So
he hasn't moved
now sitting on the grid, watching his tyres get very cold. Two runners on the hard, so I see here Matt, JDM and Kyle. I've maybe playing the one stop, the softs or the mediums at the end. Now be the mediums. There's no way you've got hards to soft. That would never work. And though I do know one driver that is going to try that.
Yes, and I think this might be possibly something we need to look at, Steve, at a later date, because at the moment the Williams is steaming off around the field. So
it's noted.
Also, the downside to this is, one, I don't understand why, because he's taken tyre life out of his tyres, and two, he's going to be sat on the grid for a long time with all that heat that he's built up coming out of his tyres. So there's no gain to this.
And as well, Real Joker. I'm sure it was Real Joker was the one who did the extra run on those tyres anyway, so he's got a bit of extra.
Yes.
Tyre life on those tyres as well, so it seems a bit.
He's not going to try and box on the formation. No, I can't, because it takes over before the last turn, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But even Carl and Maglocks have created a bit of space from the rest of the field. I think it's Rabbit holding everybody up.
A little bit slow for a formation, because everyone's sort of 2-3 abreast down the back straight, but even so, a little bit as Kai's getting disqualified left, right and centre here. Kai's now been disqualified and Bailey, but JDM and Kai, as you said, starting on the hard tyres. We've got 6 out of the bottom 7 starting on the mediums, and all of the top 10 except for Kyle Maybon. He was the only one to make it into Q3 on the medium tyres, so he will be at a bit of a disadvantage.
And he still took pole on the medium tyre.
He did.
How? I didn't know that. I would have asked him when we hit.
Well, he said that time in Q2, didn't he?
Oh yes, of course. Yes, you are. Yes,
he's the only one who actually started on those. Who actually starts on those medium tyres. So he's going to be a bit of a disadvantage at the start of the race, but 1 or 2 stops around here, it's all going to come down to tyre management. If everyone around him is 2 stopping, he could be at a massive advantage come the race.
Of course. Yep. Kyle is probably hoping that there isn't going to be a safety car within the first 3 to 4 laps, because obviously it gives the soft runners behind him an advantage of a few extra laps. Thank you, Amazon, for our tyre update. It is absolutely useless. We're obviously waiting on somebody, so...
Yeah, I'm just going to go and try and see. I think someone's connection might be... Here we go.
Oh, I hear lights.
Yep, 5 lights coming on. It's lights out. Away we go. A great start there from Maglocks in second place. He's got a cracking start at the front of the grid. And he's coming alongside Carl Maybon as they come down towards turn 1. And is he going to take the lead? Mercedes and Drabby's trying to try and come through as well. They're wheel to wheel into turn 1. A bit of contact. Drabby's just jumped the rear wheel. And there is contact down the field as well. The 2 Red Bulls have dropped to the back. And the safety car is out immediately.
That is going to be for 23rd Nebula. He's gone round, taken a lot of wing damage. So he's dropped from where I'm going to find out where the position drop was from.
Yeah, he was 16th on the grid, so he's dropped 4 places, but it's disaster for Red Bull.
Yeah, he's lost 4 positions. His teammate lost 1, so they are both the back runners. That's a shame for them.
Gotta love being P11.
Our biggest gain was Aqua Ninjas and Aaron up 5 positions.
Yeah, and Kai Wild.
Steve lost 7. Wow. How did Steve lose 7? Yeah, down to P11.
And Kai Wildy's had a good start as well. 12th on the grid, up to 8th on those hard tyres.
Good.
And the safety car's going to be good for him as well. Safety car's
going to be those hard runners, the safety car is a blessing at the start of the race. It's going to keep that. Ooh, severe collision with Jay. I'm not aware what are these boys doing. Under safety car as well.
Good old safety car.
Come on, boys. He's taken wing damage for noodle neck. I'm assuming had into the back of JBL. This is where I think it's a bit unfair that the game has penalised the PL for a guy coming into the back of him, but Roadmasters will fix it eventually. Noodle spitting.
I think there's a lot of wing damage, and Steve is pitting as well. Now that's interesting there from Steve. He's got no wing damage, but he's pitting and putting on the hard tyres. We heard from him earlier that he knows that he feels those hard tyres can go to the end. So did hold up his teammate a little bit.
That's a long ask, though. I know he said he can make these hard tyres go a long way, but that's almost 27 laps. Bloody Nebula has left the session. Try and get him back in as quick as possible.
Yeah, so it's Kyle.
Ignore
the graphics at the moment. Good old Cody's once again. He's completely ruining the graphics, but Kyle Maybon is leading. Maglox is in 2nd place.
Oh, so it's not Spiky dealing that. Mine's telling me.
No.
Oh.
Here we go. Now it's sorting itself out. Lewis is 3rd.
There we go.
Rabbi is 4th. 5th for Ross. And Kai Wildy is 6th. Don't forget, he started 12th on the grid, and he started on those hard tyres. And Bailey's left as well, where he's got some technical issues. He's
Bailey,
still running.
did you say?
Yeah. JPL Bailey is left as well. But safety car here, and this is deja vu here for Kyle. Don't forget, he spun under the safety car restart at the beginning of the race in Australia. Booted it a bit too much coming out of the last corner there, and he just avoided the wall. Oh no, I think he did connect with the wall, didn't he? Have a front wing change.
Got Jack Thompson driving off the road, and again, also then having an incident with Aaron being the unfortunate party there, gaining a penalty for someone driving into him. That is one, do you know, it's the one that glitch Codemasters bugs me. Do you remove those in appeals?
Yes, if they have a video of the incident and they put it in the chat, then yes.
Yes. Because I was going to say, I could just keep note of them ones under safety cars, so we can automatically remove them, so they don't have to appeal them. Because it's a little bit unfair that they get penalised for the douchebag behind them can't use their brakes.
Yeah, keep an eye on them, mate, and then we'll...
Yeah, buddy, I'll do that.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, here we go. Great news, in a way, for those cars that have had to stop and change their front wings. So that's... everyone from 14th down have fitted. So Real Joker, Steve, Spiky, Melina Coach, White African, 23rd Nebula and Noodleneck, they've all pitted at the end of the first lap for some new front wings, and they now, with the safety car, have been able to catch back up again, but sometimes...
Sometimes.
I don't know about you, Ben, but sometimes I find that safety cars breed safety cars.
Yes. I don't... JPL went off the track, then... Well, I think this is just lagging. I might have to just clip this, but he dropped from wherever, sideways off the track, to being backwards on the track, to being forwards within the pack again. But he's obviously in P20. But yeah, safety cars can cause problems just as much as they are meant to diffuse a situation. maybe.
Yeah, so they bunch the field up, don't they? So quite often, especially if you are out of position, the likes of Steve, White African, especially those who drop right down the field at the start, they might be tempted to try a bit of a dive into the first corner and cause another one. But you never know what's going to happen here. But race order behind the safety car. Safety car's in at this lap. Kyle Maybon, I think he'll be nervous because we saw what happened last week.
Oh God, yes.
But he has got away well. Don't forget, he's on those medium tyres. He won't have the traction and he won't build up the heat quite as quick. But Maglox has had a great restart as well. He's getting closer to the back of the Renault. And Kyle's having to go defensive and Maglox is trying to go around the outside. This is very close between those two. And Lewis is in there as well, trying to pick up any pieces there. But Kyle hangs on to the lead. That was brilliant driving by the pair of them. And Maglox once again, he's going to go around the outside of turn 4.
It's gone wide.
And Lewis has dived through. That's great driving by Lewis. That was great opportunism by Lewis.
Maglox has come back in. Oh, no way.
They're wheel to wheel. Brilliant driving by the pair of them. And now Drabby's getting involved as well. Maglox has gone from attacking to full defence. And look at this.
Still side by side.
They're not
giving each other any room.
This is absolutely brilliant, but Lewis has made it stick, and Kyle's now got over a 1 second lead, and there's a bit of front wing damage as a Renault. I think that's a Renault end plate that just come off. I think that's Ross.
It's Ross, yeah, Ross lost it. Maglox going again.
Oh, and there's... Oh, how can you avoid contact there? That is brilliant. But what brilliant racing we've seen there. That is absolutely brilliant. And Miss Bowman has taken 5th position from Ross.
Yeah, Ross just went a little bit wide.
He's going to have to pick you. The other flag will take 2. I think that was White African and JPL. They both seemed to have lost a bit of time there. But Kyle Maybon. Oh, and the Renault Ross is running very, very wide. And now Kai dives through.
He's not boxing. He's going to carry on.
Yeah, sometimes it's an end bench. You can hang on to the... Oh, and there's a racing point spot. It's Noodle Neck. And Lewis and Maglox is back through. Maglox is taking the 2nd place once again. Now Lewis is trying to come back at him. They're wheel to wheel up towards turn 2. Drabby is trying to hang on around the outside. Oh, Drabby trying to get involved. And
I'm on board with Drabby through this. It is just an epic battle to watch.
This is absolutely brilliant. And Maglox has
going
made
at
it stick. But look at the lead now for Kyle Maybon on the harder tyres.
Yeah, Kyle will be loving this. He will be like, carry on fighting, boys. Carry on fighting.
Nearly 2 second lead.
Miss Bowman and Drabby touch wheels just as they come into the sharp left hairpin, and
and
Miss Bowman gets it through.
Yeah, no DRS at the moment.
Sat there as well.
Racing. Ooh, so close to contact there. This is like last week, isn't it? Look at this. We got all this train of cars behind Maglox. We've got Maglox, Lewis, Miss,
everyone.
Drabby. And you've got to say, the car who's looking pretty good at the moment is Kai Wildey on those hard tyres.
Just jumped on board with
Steve's spun. Steve's out of the race. He's hit the curb of death at turn 13, and he's out.
And Spikey's got
race.
as well, so I wonder if Steve and Spikey come together maybe.
Steve, if you can join the party, mate. Steve, what happened?
Oh, I hit the curb. I was focusing on Simon behind me, and I've just clipped the curb, and that's it. I'm gone.
Unlucky there, mate. And did Spikey just sort of catch you at the end as well?
Not a clue. I was on the
Got
for
a while.
Unlucky there, mate. Very unlucky, Steve. Ross, meanwhile, has pitted. He is down in 17th position, but he's got a big gap behind him. So
Lewis, Maglox,
and Miss Bowman,
Drabby. They're all still there. They're all still going for the battle.
And keep an eye on Kai as well in 6th position, not far behind Drabby either. I've got to say, he's looking pretty strong.
He's right behind him in the DRS.
Yeah, it depends how long he can keep those hard tyres going, and Kai's very, very close to the back of Drabby, but backs out of it into turn 11. Aaron Marr up to 9th position. What a start he's had to this race as well, and he's got real Joker right behind him.
Kyle
Now
is actually sat in a really good position here because 3 of the cars in front of him are going to be having to box within the next 2 to 3 laps. So that's going to dispose of them quite quickly. One's gone now. The Mercedes Adrali has boxed, so that's moved
very
Kyle,
early stop, lap 7 of the
JDM,
race.
and maybe Acra. Yeah, that's an early stop, I think.
Yeah, and Miss Bowman's just set fastest lap of the race up into 4th place now. A yellow flag in sector 3. There is a car spun round. I think that's Bailey spun. Yes, Bailey spun.
Bailey.
Noodle Neck gets a penalty.
Lewis is having to get very defensive here.
What a fight we're seeing right at the front.
Penalty.
Maglox is closing the lead. It was over 2 seconds. It's now down to 1.4. And he's dragging Lewis and Miss Bowman with him. Kai's dropping back a little bit now in 5th place. But, well, I mean, and the good thing is here for Kai is he will be immensely quick in the second half of the race. If he can, even if he makes it through to put another set of mediums on, he will be very quick at the end of the race. But surely he's going to be hoping to last as long as putting a set of softs on at the end.
So I think that would be the way. The way he's sat now, P5, you know, he'll be happy with that. He's just got to maintain his own pace, look after those tyres now, not worry about the cars in front of him. They have to box, so he's going to be P1 at some point, and then, like you say, he's going to be super quick when he comes back out on those soft tyres.
He will indeed. And Miss Bowman now right in the slipstream,
right
on board with Miss Bowman. As
they're boxing. There we go. Look, they are.
2 in front of him pit. I was just going on board for an overtake, but they decide to pit Miss Bowman up to 2nd place. He also started on those medium tyres in this race, and I'm just going to see where he started. He started in 14th position, so they're slightly fresher than the leader has got at the moment. Because, of course, Kyle would have had to do Q2 on those tyres, whereas Mist would have a brand new set of tyres on. So slightly fresher tyres. High Wildy up to 3rd place, JDM up to 4th. Those two started 11th and 12th on the grid, and they are now 3rd and 4th in the race. The safety cars helped them enormously. Behind them, Aqua Ninjas is up to 5th. Where's he suddenly come from? Aqua Ninjas up to 5th. I don't think he made it to Q2, did he?
And the other way, no, I'm not sure. Yeah, both of Williams, P5 and P6, pulling each other along from the mix of it.
Great start. I mean, yeah, Aqua Ninja started in 17th position, and he's now up to 5th position ahead of his teammate who started in the top 10. So great start to the race for Aqua Ninjas. Aaron Ma as well. He was out in Q1. He's up to 7th. Likewise for 23rd Nebula. He has made a stop as well as Simon in 8th position. So he's doing well. And there's a car off in the back, I thought I saw there, but maybe not. And 23rd Nebula gets past Aaron Ma and up into 7th position. Melina Coach is 9th. Miss Upston is up into 10th position.
Kyle just set the fastest lap of the race before Jack got that penalty.
Yeah, so he's still got some good pace, and the lead is out to 4 seconds now. So he's stretching that lead out.
Showing everybody what he can do.
Yeah, the problem is starting on the soft tyres, and why everyone wanted to go for the medium tyres for the start of the race is that Maglox and Drabby, they've both pitted. They're only a couple of seconds behind cars that aren't going to be stopping for a while, i.e. Spikey, Mist Upston and Melina Coach, who aren't quite on the pace here this evening, so that it could cost them quite a lot of time. Maglock's only a second and a half down, Drabby's right behind him, and Lewis as well. And again, a slight change of strategy, because Maglox and Drabby have gone for mediums, Lewis has gone for hards.
Yeah, I wonder if that them early stops there from Drabby and Lewis and now coming out behind that big original group of non-stoppers, is that gonna help the likes of, say, like Kyle Mist, Kyle Wildley, or and even JDM all sat up at the top now, because they're not going to have to worry about the guys on the quicker tyres catching them so quickly.
No, exactly.
An interesting choice of strategies.
Quite often, tracks like this where the soft tyres do wear out quite quickly, that's why quite often you see drivers trying to start on the medium tyres. This moment just taking a little bit out of the race leader this time. The lead is under 4 seconds now. Kai Wildy's hanging on nicely in 3rd place, only 2.5 seconds further back. on those hard tyres.
It's going to be
Aqua Ninjas in 23rd Nebula down into turn 1. 23rd Nebula's got the slipstream, he's got the DRS, and he's going to go for it up the inside, and he takes 6th position. Aqua fighting too hard. Slightly fresher tyres on the Red Bull. And here we go. This is what I was talking about. I've just got it on stream now. We've got Mist Upston, Spiky, Maglox, and Dravi all very, very close together. Not far behind them, that you just saw in the background, the pink racing point of Lewis, not far behind as well.
Maglox has literally it came out right behind Spiky, so that's really unlucky for him.
Yeah, this is going to cost
him. I want to get past these two, very quickly, because he's also got Darabi all over his gearbox, and then as you see in the distance is Lewis. It won't take him long to catch up.
Turbulent air is going to destroy those brand new tyres, isn't it? But here he goes.
And the engine gets hot. You just can't get any performance down, but that's one of them disposed of for Maglox. It's up to got a bit of a slide on and almost came across the track, but he controlled it beautifully. Maglox,
that was close. That was close. Bit of a dive bomb there, but he's made it through. And Spiky,
he was lucky to get that in.
He was, and Spiky has got past Mist Upson, so has Drabby as well. So that's helped Drabby, and Drabby's got a good run out the last corner. He's going to take Spiky. So Maglox
he's going to catch Maglox as well from the DRS.
And this could be crucial for the race later on. Maglox is defending the inside line. Drabby's going to try and go around the outside. But I think Maglox has got that one there, but Drabby's hanging on. He's still got the inside line. This is brilliant between these two. A little bit of contact.
Going to have to get very defensive. There we go, puts it there perfectly, saying you are not coming past.
Yeah, great driving there from Maglox.
That leaves Lewis a little bit more within range, but obviously
he's got to get through the traffic now as well.
Them anymore.
Yellow flag in sector 3. That's Bailey, I think, spun.
Very quickly back around again.
And he's not far away from being lapped here. Goes shows just how well Carl Mabon's going. So Bailey's just about to cross the line. And Kyle's coming up to the last corner. The lead is still about 4 seconds. Kyle Wiley's still about 2.5 seconds further back. But
this is an interesting call here as well, actually. Maglox, obviously P10, 2-lap old mediums, catching the back of his teammate extremely quickly, who's on 10-lap old mediums. Now, is he just going to let Maglox pass and then possibly hold Drabby up a little bit before? They don't really want to be fighting too much here, the Ferrari boys.
No.
Good little bit of team play could come in handy here.
It could indeed, but Drabby's had a good run on Maglox here again. Down into turn 1, and Drabby's going to have a look. This time he's got the inside line. And
it's going to take that way.
Maglox hanging on around the outside beautifully. Well defended, and again, great driving.
Gets grabs and he grabs DRS off his teammate.
Oh, the Ferrari's
is Aaron going to move? It looks like he's going to, I don't know.
Oh no, they're fighting as well.
Squeeze him in. Ooh,
now it's important for Ferrari and for Maglox here that Aaron holds Drabby up as long as he can. He's on much older tyres, but if he can hold Drabby up, even just break the DRS to Maglox, and he's getting close to doing that. Then that's
Maglox.
Drabby's through.
Move.
Great
through it up the inside.
Brilliant move there by
Drabby. As much as they're needed to hold him up, Drabby obviously was like, no, I need to come through here. But there isn't really any sort of other action on the track. Spiky's all over the back of Aaron as well. And Lewis is now there as well. Ross is still a little bit far back.
Yeah,
Lewis is now onto the tail.
Just looking at the fight for 15th. Needham takes a great run out of turn 10, and he's going to take White African and is through into 15th position. So the Racing Point started quite a long way down the grid, but now coming through the field quite nicely and up into 15th position.
Aaron
Lewis
was unlucky.
Aaron Marr as well.
Yeah, Aaron was very unlucky. He lost the position to Spikey on the exit of the turn, and then Lewis just out-dragged him down the straight, having DRS. So Aaron's tyres a lot older. You wasn't really going to expect him to fight that much, but
and Bailey's had another incident, almost spun round, and he's now lapped in last position. So he will be going to the end. He has been lapped now.
Yeah, he has now. Mind you, Jack is not far away from it either.
No, he's just going across the line now as here comes Kyle down the last back straight. And Kyle and Mist here are having a great battle in terms of lap time. They might not be close together on the racetrack, but it's really toing and fro in the lead. It's just over 4 seconds, dips under 4 seconds, goes back over. They're very, very close. And Kyle's pitting. Kyle in
Kyle was pitting. Because I was just going to say, yeah. Let's go on to Liverpool. He's going to come out. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know what tyre life it is, obviously, or how well he's looked after them. But wait a minute.
Yeah, Miss Bowman has pitted as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I went in this 1 second. I mean, it didn't come up on mine, that's all. I was really confused when I just... Oh, Lewis is going for it on Spikey. Down the DRS straight. Comes out. Miss Bowman in front of him, and so he was lucky.
Yeah.
Oh, comes out fifth.
And what we were saying earlier about them being held up in traffic, we saw how close Kyle and Maglocks were before. There's a car between them.
Now.
Yeah, it's about 1.5 seconds, and Molina coaches between them. So well done to Kyle there for timing his pit stop well. So Kai Wildey from 12th on the grid now leads the race on those hard tyres. JDM is in second. Real Joker up into third position. Now that's going to be an interesting one. He pitted quite early in the race. How long can he make those medium tyres last? We know the top two have got to stop, but surely he can't get the mediums through to the end from lap 3, surely, can he?
Oh, I don't know. No, never.
No, never. And Drabby's past Molina.
Yeah, that's why I was just wooing and oohing that, because they're very close, those two. Adults was like, he's fighting a little bit more. This is really waiting to some of these drivers. All he locks his right wheel up a little bit. Miss Bowman all over the back of it now. Hell, what's he going to do against brand new hard tyres? Both have DRS.
Right on board with Miss Bowman. And that McLaren, you've got to say, got good straight line speed. Even with the DRS,
has been wonderful straight line speed.
But he has made it
got
through.
squeezed and a penalty for it. Oh, that's unlucky. Fishton lost and a penalty.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was a bit of a squeeze.
So Kai Wildey now leads by nearly 6 seconds from JDM. Kyle Maybon is in third position. He has stopped. The top two have not stopped. 23rd Nebula, he has stopped, but he's up into fourth position, and he started back in 16th, so he'll be pleased to be right up there. Maglocks is 5th, but as we said, he's lost quite a lot of time pitting that little bit earlier in the race. Drabby is right behind him, and Miss Bowman is right behind him.
Kyle Wilder, as you were saying at the moment, the gap is... How long is a pit stop here without winning?
It's about 20.
Oh, is it 20? So why did I have 12?
I've no idea. I think it's 12 under a virtual safety car.
Ah, right, yeah, I could possibly.
I think it's
no, because he would come
about
out
22,
yeah,
23. But you've got to say though, he's nearly 15 seconds in the lead. That means with the pit stops, 15 seconds ahead of Kyle, that is. Once he makes the pit stop, we know he's going long into the race. He's on those hard tyres. He's going to come out on a brand new set of soft tyres. He's going to be possibly in contention for the win later on, because he's going to be immensely quick on those soft tyres.
That was where my theory was going, because I was thinking if a pit stop is, say, 12 seconds, he already had 14 seconds in hand over Kyle, so he could have pitted for fresh boost and still came out P2. But that gap has dropped a lot since I last thought that. So, but he's still, yeah, like you say, him and JDM are both in good positions for podium fights at the end of this race. We are going to have to keep an eye on those most definitely.
Yeah, Kai, sorry, I've cut in. Kai's got the cream of the crop for strategy. Couple more laps, like 4 more laps, he's going on to the softs. Goes on now, he's got the mediums. The cars behind him, I haven't got the telemetry up, sorry. But, tyre, who we've got? Maglocks on the mediums. If he pits within like a couple of laps, he can go into the mediums. He's going to have fresher boots and Maglocks. So, yeah, that podium position is a big chance.
And Steve, just quickly, how long can the medium tyres go around here on a 50% race?
I didn't really test them, but if we go by Kyle's,
Maglocks.
oh, it's done.
And we've got a spinner.
Bellina coach spun.
Very lucky to keep it out of the wall.
Yeah, very, very lucky there. I think he caught the curb of death at turn 13 and he spun it round, but he's got back going again. He's in 15th position and no damage, it looks like to me, on that front wing. So he has got away with it, but it has cost him a few positions. Brand new hard tyres, and although the hard tyres are a good race tyre, they do take a while to heat up and give you the ultimate grip, don't they? They
Oh yes.
keep being that hard compound. You have got to be careful in the first few laps of the race. But yes, I was just asking Steve, because Maglocks and Drabby went onto the medium tyres at their pit stop as a Haas has spun round. That's Miss Bowman. Miss Bowman has spun round.
Oh.
One of the contenders for the race winner spun at turn 8 and has dropped behind Lewis and Spikey. Yes, just to come back to my point.
Lucky.
Maglocks and Drabby both pitted and put on medium tyres quite early in the race. They've already done 8 or 9 laps on those medium tyres. Can you get 19, 20 laps out of a set of mediums around here on a 50% race?
If you look at Kyle's data, with what he did those Q2, getting the fastest lap in Q2 on those mediums, and then 14 laps. It's going to be tight, especially for Drabby, but it is doable as long as you don't push too hard within like the middle section. You should be okay.
Yeah, definitely. So it's going to be.
There's JDM's chances just.
Aqua Ninjas has spun. Aqua Ninjas has spun her down at turn 13 as well. Sorry, Ben.
Yeah, now you'll find that a spin is more interesting than somebody getting a penalty, but that penalty has just thrown away his podium position so far, and we have a real joker whizzing past Ross on the straight. DRS and a lot of ERS. That was an easy overtake before turn 1.
So now, at the moment, with Kai staying out for a few more laps, I think what he's got to hope for now is that JGM holds up and costs Kyle a little bit of time, because he's down to about 10.5 seconds off the race lead is Kyle. JGM, who's exactly. Kyle, if he can cost Kyle a bit of time, that's going to help Kai out at the moment at the front of the race. Maglocks and Drabby very close together still.
They have been, yeah, within a second of each other for the last 3 or 4 laps. These two, he gets the DRS, but Maglocks just has something special around these straights. He just can't keep up with him more, even with DRS. I want to know what he's doing, how he's doing.
Drabby's pitting. Yes. And just very, very quickly, I forgot to mention on the Twitch chat, the vote is open for your driver of the day. Get your votes in. Put your votes in now for driver of the day, and we will tally them up as we go along. Yeah, Noodle Neck, another penalty. Steve, your vote doesn't count because you crashed out.
Oh, when everyone voted for Grosjean, no, that valid. I see how it is.
Oh, right, so you're the Grosjean, are you?
I'll take it. It'd always be cooler.
Who voted for Grosjean?
Well, yeah, Grosjean won driver of the day at Bahrain. So basically, Steve, what I'll do is I'll turn up at your house and set fire to you, and then you can win driver of the day, okay?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Anyway, back to the race. Kyle Wildy's lead is now 7.7 seconds.
Going on.
No, but Kyle Maybon is still closing that gap down.
Yes, he is.
It's just 2 seconds down, but like Steve was saying, about 20 laps on those hard tyres, and he'll be onto the medium. So onto the soft, sorry. And so I don't think that JDM's going to lose too much, or will cost Kyle Maybon too much time. We have got another spinner. Who was that this time? I missed that one.
I think it was Lewis, but I don't think it was a massive one. I think it was just a bit of a slide. But enough to bring out a yellow flag.
It was a Haas, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wait, it could have been Jack, because I'm on board with Spikey and Miss Bowman didn't spin. So I wonder if it's Jack in last position, because he's not that far in front of the battle of Miss Bowman and Spikey. So he's due to be lapped by P5, P6, P7, P8.
Yeah, and of course, if anyone missed it last week, don't forget, everyone who finishes the race will get points. So it is still worth these drivers going around. And an extra point for the fastest lap as well. And an extra point for anyone who doesn't get a penalty, which at the moment, I have to say, actually, quite a lot of the field don't have a penalty. Which is quite good.
It's with... Sorry, Matt.
That's fine, go on.
Kyle is in DRS range of JDM. He has really put his foot down over the last couple of laps and is definitely in view of P2.
Yes, indeed. And Drabby, after his pit stop, another set of medium tyres went on, and he's come out in 8th position. Will that mean then that Maglox will also have to pit at some point as JDM?
Oh, JDM's pits.
So, well, that's bad news for Kai in a way. He was hoping that maybe JDM would just hold up Kyle. But it hasn't happened. JDM's in the pit straight away. The lead of Kyle is out to 8.5 seconds, but that is going to drop down very, very quickly. JDM, brand new set of soft tyres. Where is he going to come out? I think Spikey can go through. But Spikey, well, he pitted quite early in the race. So his hard tyres, they are going to last.
I don't think... Yeah, they're going to be rather warm though towards the end of the race, but it's how quickly is JDM going to be compared to the rest of the field now. He's the only runner on that soft tyre.
Yeah, and
Kai needs to pit now.
Yeah, I saw that.
So he's absolutely flying on those medium tyres in 7th.
Oh,
But
I'll take that
JDM,
back. Ross has just whacked on a set of softs as well, down in P14. Sorry, JDM, yeah?
Yeah, JDM has come out in front of Drabby. So that traffic has really cost Drabby a lot of time, because JDM started a long way down the field, and he's come out nearly 5 seconds ahead of his teammate and on a brand new set of tyres, of soft tyres, so soft to compound. Drabby, I know, has pitted twice, but it's really costing that two-soft strategy in state.
And yeah, and the JDM as well. Everybody in front of him is on the hard tyre. Yellow flags for sector 3 somewhere. I think it might just be cars being lapped possibly.
And Kai Wild is in the pits. Kai pits.
There we go.
Now where is he going to come out? He's going to be very close with Lewis, who has already stopped quite a long time ago. Kai onto the soft tyres. But I think Kai will want to be out in front of Lewis if he can.
Lewis is coming down the home straight now. This is going to be... Ooh, I think he's just going to get him.
And
no, he
that's
doesn't.
Good news.
Oh my
great
God.
news for Kai. He needed that.
That's exactly what he needed. He will be grinning like a Cheshire cat underneath that helmet. He is going to be a Bible. Well, that's what I hope. Come on, Carl.
And JDM and Spikey fighting hard, but JDM has made it through into 5th position. So Kai now 14 seconds off the race lead. Brand new soft tyres. It's a big ask in 7 laps.
It's a big
2
ask.
seconds a lap. Well, it's going to be all dependent now on how consistent can Kai be, and no mistakes either from him.
Yeah, nothing. Not a penalty. This is just a game, a mind game strategy between those two. I think now. I know they're on different tyres, but it's definitely a mind game.
Yeah, and fighting for the podium here. Lewis in 3rd, Miss Bowman in 4th, and JDM, who finished 2nd last time out in Australia, is on the soft tyres and going to be closing up very quickly on them as well in 5th place. And Lewis is on quite old, hard tyres as well. That might be why he's holding up Miss Upson a little bit as well. So
I'm just wondering if Lewis is going to need to hit again.
Should be okay
Stand
on the
a
side,
chance.
It'll be
Yeah,
slow at the
everyone
end.
around,
Oh, he's pitting,
everyone
is he
around him
pitting?
though. No, I don't know. I'm just wondering because everyone around him is on a lot fresher tyres.
Oh.
So
That was almost into the pit wall, sorry, but Miss Bowman almost pushed into the pit wall, but he's made it through into third place. So Lewis weaving down
missed
the
it.
straight and almost into the pit wall, but he's made it stick and he's into third. JDM is just a couple of seconds down the road. And Kai Wildey, by the way, has already taken 2.5 seconds out of the lead. So he's on target at the moment for the last lap to be right on Kyle.
Yeah. Miss Bowman's, it's only a 3-second penalty, so it's not too much of an ask of a gap to build on the cars around him.
No, Spiky, I think, could be also another one that could be in trouble with his tyres later on. He's already done 20 laps on his tyres. It'll be a big ask to go to the end of the race on them. Drabby is 5 seconds behind him, going quickly on those mediums. He's got Maglocks right behind him. This is the fight for 7th and 8th. And Maglocks goes right up. He's made another stop. And of course, don't forget, Maglocks was in front of Drabby, so he too has pitted and put on a set of mediums to come out behind Drabby. So that is 7th and 8th place at the moment. But good race so far, I've got to say, only one retirement. And Kai, look at that,
yeah.
128.2. Fastest lap by an absolute mile. And Kyle Maybon, now with just a 10-second lead, must be thinking, well...
9 now, yeah, that is dropping.
Kyle's previous crash in Australia is also going to be playing in his head as well. He's going to try and bring the car home nice and safe, but
oh, and
you know that Kai's going to
Maglocks
come
is through again. Maglocks takes Drabby. Maglocks is through up into 7th.
These two, they just will not leave each other alone.
I know. It's like a magnet on those two cars. They just will not break away from each other. But I just had a quick look at the lap times. 2.5 seconds in one lap there. Kai took out of Kyle at the front. That is more than enough at the moment.
That's more than enough. But they are still brand new boots. You know, a couple of laps that surface is going to wear, and they're not going to be as quick.
No, definitely not. Kai is going to continue to try and close that gap as quick as he can. And Maglocks and Drabby, as you said, they're still very close together.
Ridiculous. Oh,
and
there was our second
retiree
of the race.
And
Somebody
he spun
else.
down at the hairpin
Oh, that's an
of
odd
turn
place
8.
to do
He
it.
spun on the way out. Trying to see if we can
Kyle's
see
in the
him.
pits. Kyle's in the pits.
And Kai
Kyle
Wilde
is
takes
in the
lead.
pits. Soft for soft. How many seconds is he going to come out now?
Now this is going to be close. Is Miss Bowman going to get past him? I think yes, he
Yes.
is. And JTM?
And JDM.
It's going to be close with JTM. Yes, JTM's through as well. So, but you got to say, and Aqua Ninjas gets a penalty, a drive-through penalty. But you got to say that was a sensible thing to do. Virtual safety car, put on a new set of softs. He knew he was going to be, and now it's reversed, isn't it? He was going to be under pressure in the last few laps. Now he can put the pressure on. But Kai Wilde has a 6.5 second lead over Miss Bowman.
He's got 2 cars to overtake now, where I know the virtual safety car is a good time to pit, but he wasn't going to lose track position. He wasn't losing time to the car. I would have stayed out. I think he's just thrown his win away.
Yeah, and Maglocks and Drabby still hard at it, and look at Carl Mason now right up behind JTM with the DRS. Brand new set of soft tyres on Kyle. JTM also on the soft tyres, but Kyle is straight through and up into third place. He's got a 3-second gap. Like I said, I think it's a bit too much to do. That's about 9.
It's some big
laps.
ask.
That's laps.
If he does it, we all know who's getting my driver of the day.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, Kai, don't forget, started 12th on the grid.
I know well, that's obviously I know it's a bit of an early stage to be talking about driver of the day for us as well. But to be fair, it was going to be a tricky one out of the top three.
Yeah, Miss Bowman as well has had a good race.
Yeah, didn't have the best of qualifying, so it's a good performance.
Yeah, I mean, Kai Wildey started 12th on the grid. Miss Bowman started 13th on the grid. So it was like we were saying in qualifying, it's all down to the tyre strategies. Kai started on the hards, Miss started on the mediums, and it's worked for them. The one-stop strategy has worked. Kyle's pitted twice. JDM has pitted only once as well. He's up into 4th place in this race. Noodleneck gets past 23rd Nebula in the pits. So that's an early... He's only done 9 laps on those hard tyres. Is it a front wing change? It isn't. He's gone on to an old set of hard tyres. I'm not quite sure what's happened there with 23rd Nebula. Aquaninja is in the pits as well. That's for his drive-through. So that's going to drop him behind Molina Coach as well, and definitely White African. What about Mist Upston? That's going to be pretty close between those two. And Mist Upston gets through as well, so quite costly there for Aquaninjas. The yellow flag in sector 2. There's a Racing Point miles off the track. I think that's Lewis, is it?
I think it's Lewis.
No, it's Noodleneck. It's Noodleneck. Noodleneck miles off the track, but he's recovered and still in 10th position. But now
Kyle is all over. Miss is pitting.
That's a very late. He's going for fastest lap, I think. But again, he's a bit of a silly thing to do because that's going to cost him a lot of positions because Maglox is going to get through. So is Spiky. So is Drabby.
And he has a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, so maybe. And Maglox is in as well. Unless these are drive-through penalties that didn't come up on the screen because...
Yeah, unless they possibly could.
Yeah, because
we could look
went
at
straight
Steve,
through.
Did you have a look at the race directions?
And so has Maglock. So yeah, so drive-through penalties for those two.
But Carl Mayborn though, I know he's in P2, not going to make 7 seconds up in 2 and a bit laps, I don't think.
No, I don't think he will. So Kai Wildey, 12th on the grid. Looks like
Ninjas with another penalty.
The race win here.
Molina drive through, Maglock's drive through, Miss Bowman drive through, Simon drive through, Noodleneck drive through.
Jesus, all of them.
Yeah, so good old Cody's not giving us the information on screen.
Well, I'm wondering if it's where they all basically got given it at the same time. So obviously when one flashed up, it was actually like all of them flashing up at the same time, if you're not.
Yeah, and of course as well at the moment.
That's why I asked Steve to look.
Yeah, definitely. And 5 drivers at the moment getting an extra point for no penalties at the moment. Right,
you do that.
Kyle,
Brilliant.
Drabby in 4th, Lewis and Real Joker in 7th and 8th. They're all getting an extra point for no penalties in this race as well at the moment. So they've driven extremely well. I mean, Kai especially, I've got to say, Kai from 12th on the grid. Brilliant strategy, kept out of trouble in the first few corners. The safety car helps him, no doubt, but he's kept out of trouble and he's leading this race on the penultimate lap. Get your votes in for driver of the day on the Twitch chat for everyone who's watching. Just get your votes in. I don't want Steve to win driver of the day because he flashed out. It doesn't count.
Oh, he's not getting no.
You were
only
driver
2
of the day.
retirements as well here today. As well, if you think back to Australia, we had half the field didn't finish. Here, only 2 retirements. A great drive from everyone. We've seen wheel-to-wheel action. But on the whole, you've got to say, Ben, great driving by the entire field today.
Yeah, it's been pretty close. We've seen quite a lot. Oh, we've got a spinner, sector 3.
That was Molina Coach, I think, getting out of... Oh, no, there is another car on.
Yeah, there's Williams.
It's Aquaninjas. So there are cars as well letting people through.
I'll just start his last lap.
Yeah, so 6-second lead now for Kai Wildey on as he starts the final lap of the race. Kyle Maybon, I can see why he made that pit stop under the virtual safety car, but it's cost him the race win, as he said. And I think it would have been down to the last lap, I think, wouldn't it? But he might have just been able to hang on this way. He probably has cost him the race win.
I think if he'd stayed out, it would have been a battle, but at least he stood a chance. Where he's pitted and he came out just too far back behind too many cars. caught
Yeah,
up.
and meanwhile, Spiky and Miss Bowman fighting hard up for 5th and 6th position. Yellow flag in sector 2. That's a McLaren. I think that's Bailey spun round. And Miss Bowman retakes 5th from Spiky. He lost it into the last corner. But Miss Bowman has retaken 5th position in this race. And not far behind them, you just see there the pink Racing Point coming into the background. That is Lewis in 7th place, closing very quickly on the pair of them. But Kai Wildy, well, what a race he's had. He looked pretty quick in practice on Thursday. He said he did like this racetrack. He's got a little bit of front wing damage, if I seen correctly there. He's got a bit of... oh, no, he hasn't. No, sorry. It was old Cody's glitch. I looked on one screen and
he's weaving down the back straight already.
Celebrating. Kai. I've done that before and spun it doing that. But Kai Wildy is going to come through and win the second race of the season in Bahrain. Great drive from Kai. Kyle Mabon.
Yeah, well done.
He finishes in second position.
Who's going to take the final slot?
I think JDM will just snatch it. That's his second podium in a row. Finished second in Australia, third here. And he takes third place in the Mercedes Drabby. Great day for Mercedes. Drabby is going to come home in 4th. Great result for them in the Construction Championship. Aqua Ninjas has finished as well. He's down in 17th. Miss Bowman. Lewis takes 5th with the penalty count back. So Lewis takes 5th. Miss Bowman in 6th. Spiky takes 7th. Real Joke is coming through now to finish in 8th. Now, this is where the penalties will start kicking in. Maglocks takes 9th at the moment, but let's see what happens with the penalties. I think he will hold that 9.
I think he will, yeah. Ross is just too far.
Ross almost spun it out the last corner. Ross comes through to take 10th. 23rd Devon is going to come home in 11th. A lot of penalties for him, though. Could White African snatch 11th place off and get an extra point or 2 on the board?
All of these last group of runners that are going to be coming across the line all have penalties. Yeah, he's just dropped that and taken 11th.
Yeah, and Aaron
takes
and Melina Coates. What about Miss Duxton? Yes, 23rd Nebula drops to 16th at the end with the penalties that he had. So unlucky for him. We have been joined by the top 3. Guys, if you all just make sure your audio's included so everyone can hear you on the stream. Kai, 12th on the grid. You said you were aiming for top 5. You took the race win. You must be delighted with that result.
Over the moon. My first intention was to go from hard to mediums, but then I realised because I had potential to go longer, I could have stretched them for the soft. Obviously, that virtual safety car was a bit of a spanner in the works, so I didn't expect Kyle to pit, but he did, and I managed to hold on. So,
and we were just sort of talking about in commentary there. I mean, do you think you could have caught Kyle in the last few laps without the virtual safety car?
No. No.
I mean, you were lapping quick enough to do it.
No. The softs would have died too quickly.
And Kyle as well, just snatched fastest lap right at the end of the race as well, 1:28.2 right at the end.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry. I ain't bothered about that. I won.
But yeah, great race from you. And like you said, the safety car and the virtual safety car, they really sort of helped you out a bit today, didn't they? But the hard tyres held up quite well later in the race.
Yeah. I think by the time I pitted, my tyres were on about 65 to 70%. And when the first safety car came out, I had no intention of pitting.
Excellent. Well done, mate. Great race result for you. Well done on your victory. Kyle started on pole. You finished in second in the end. But are you pleased with that result, or are you a bit disappointed to miss out on the win? Oh, you will, but just not, you know. Yeah, definitely. It was a good race for you. I mean, I asked Kai the same question. I mean, do you think Kai could have caught you before the end of the race?
Definitely caught me. I don't know if he would have overtaken me because I don't know what his time would be on.
Yeah, definitely. Well done. Great result for you for second position. And JTM, second week in a row, you're on the podium. You started outside the top 10 as well. You must be pleased with another podium.
Yeah, I didn't expect to be on the podium with the way I qualified. To be honest, I was just trying to copy what Kai was doing. I was going to stay out as long as he could, but I came in, I think, a lap earlier than him.
Yeah, and qualifying outside the top 10, I mean, we were talking about it in commentary earlier on. It proved to be quite a big advantage for you, didn't it? Especially with the safety cars.
A bit, yeah. I was originally going to go to mediums, just like Kai, but I was able to stretch it out just enough to get to the softs. I'm not quite sure what my tires were at, but they were pretty down worn.
Excellent. Well done, JDM. Second podium in a row. And we'll see you gentlemen next week.
Yep, see ya.
Okay, so driver of the day very quickly. Ben, who's your driver of the day?
I'm going to have to go with Kai.
And I've got to say, I agree with you, Kai, for driver of the day, definitely. From 12th of
That was
the
a hell of a performance.
Up to first.
My only thing was I wish that you hadn't pitted and let the battle go to the last couple of laps. That would have been brilliant, but you pitted. I was like, oh no. I think if you hadn't come out behind the traffic, I think it would have been a bit more closer than what it was. That definitely held you up a lot. But other than that, though, brilliant race, though, boys. Yeah, take the strategy.
Definitely. Well done, gentlemen. Thank you very much for a great race once again. And we'll see you all next week. So there we have it. There is our second race of the season done and dusted with. Thank you very much, Ben, for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that race.
I thoroughly enjoyed that one. It was a brilliant climax to race 2 of the first season.
Yeah, definitely. And I'd just like to say as well, well done to all the drivers. Only 2 retirements from that race and some brilliant wheel-to-wheel battles with no contact as well. It was great to watch.
It was, yes.
Definitely. So thank you very much to everyone who joined me this evening, and we'll see you next week for the next race in the season.